IT by Stephen King is a masterful blend of horror, coming-of-age drama, and psychological thriller, set in the fictional town of Derry, Maine. The novel spans two distinct timelines, one following a group of children in the 1950s and the other tracking these same characters as adults nearly 3 decades later. The story weaves together themes of friendship, memory, trauma, and the nature of evil, all embodied by a shape-shifting entity known simply as IT. Plot overview, without spoilers. The narrative centers around the Losers Club, a group of 7 children: Bill Denbrough, Beverly Marsh, Ben Hanscom, Richie Tozier, Eddie Kasprak, Mike Hanlon, and Stan Uris. Each member is an outcast in their own right, dealing with personal struggles such as bullying, poverty, or family issues. Their bond is forged by shared hardship and the chilling realization that a malevolent force is preying upon the children of Derry. This force, known as IT, often takes the form of Pennywise the Dancing Clown, though it can appear as whatever its victim fears most. The children realize that IT has been responsible for a cycle of disappearances and murders that recurs every 27 years. Determined to stop the evil threatening their town, the Losers Club confronts IT in a terrifying battle that leaves lasting scars. Dual timeline structure. The brilliance of IT lies in its interwoven timelines. 1950. The Losers' first encounter with IT during their childhood. 1980. The group, now adults, return to Derry after a phone call from Mike Hanlon, the only member who remained in the town and the keeper of its dark history. As adults, they are forced to confront their repressed memories and face IT again, honoring a childhood promise they made, to return if IT ever resurfaced. Main themes in IT. The power of friendship. The Losers' bond is central to the story. Their unity provides them with strength that no individual could possess alone. The novel explores how childhood friendships shape and define us, sometimes more profoundly than relationships formed in adulthood. Fear and its manifestations. IT's ability to become whatever its victims fear the most is a powerful metaphor for how fear shapes lives. King masterfully uses each character's personal terrors, from abusive parents to monstrous creatures, to explore how fear can cripple or motivate. The loss of innocence. IT captures the bittersweet transition from childhood to adulthood. The losers face not only supernatural evil but also the harsh realities of growing up: abuse, racism, and the pain of first love. Memory and trauma. The adults' forgotten memories of Derry symbolize how trauma is often buried deep in the subconscious. Their return and recollection represent the healing or destruction that comes from confronting past horrors. Evil in everyday life. While IT represents a cosmic evil, human evil, manifested through abusive relationships, bullying, and systemic racism, proves equally horrifying. King suggests that evil is both external and internal, thriving in places where fear and hate reside. Key characters. Bill Denbrough, the leader of the Losers, driven by guilt over his younger brother Georgie's death. Beverly Marsh, the only girl in the group, Beverly struggles with an abusive father and later, an abusive husband. Ben Hanscom, overweight and shy, Ben is the group's intellectual and harbors feelings for Beverly. Richie Tozier, the group's comedian, Richie uses humor to mask his fear. Eddie Kasprak, a hypochondriac controlled by an overbearing mother, symbolizing the theme of parental abuse. Mike Hanlon, the only African-American member of the group and the guardian of Derry's dark history. Stan Uris, a logical, skeptical boy whose belief in order clashes with the chaos of IT. Plot highlights, without revealing the ending. Georgie's disappearance. The novel opens with the iconic scene of Georgie Denbrough's paper boat sailing into a storm drain, where Pennywise waits. This event sets the tone for the novel's exploration of fear and loss. Forming the Losers Club. Through various encounters with Derry's bullies, the Losers Club forms a deep bond. Encounters with IT. Each child experiences terrifying confrontations with IT in a form that reflects their deepest fears. The Ritual of Chud. The children learn of an ancient ritual that might be the key to defeating IT. The Return to Derry. As adults, the losers are drawn back to Derry, where they must face not only IT but also the memories they tried to forget. What makes IT unique? Epic scope. With nearly 1,200 pages, IT is one of King's most ambitious works, combining horror with an intricate coming-of-age story. Rich setting. Derry, Maine, is a character in itself, its history steeped in violence and tragedy, an ideal breeding ground for IT. Mythic undertones. King hints that IT is part of a larger cosmic struggle, adding depth and mystery to the story's mythology. Realistic horror. The real-world horrors, racism, abuse, and bullying, are as chilling as IT's supernatural terror. Conclusion. No spoilers. IT by Stephen King is more than a horror novel. It's a deep, complex tale about the enduring power of friendship, the trauma of growing up, and the monsters we carry within. By blending psychological suspense with terrifying encounters, King crafts a story that resonates long after the final page. Even without revealing its shocking conclusion, one thing is clear. The real horror lies not only in the supernatural but in the everyday fears we all face.